And it says we're live.
Yep, lies. Okay, if you want to keep the heat on, or the cool, or the water, or whatever, donate here. If you like coffee, and if you're watching this and you don't like coffee, why? Talk to these guys. Tell them that we sent you. Try their new Cajun blend.
Yeah.
Really good.
We should get a tea sponsor so we can cover all bases for tea and coffee.
Oh, God, don't give RK any ideas.
Now we get Ian and camouflage.
And yes, we do have a special guest
We
today.
do.
If you would like to introduce
Oh
yourself.
my gosh. Yeah, I'm Kat. I'm Jonna's daughter.
And boy, you can
She
tell.
was not expecting to be put on the spot, but I'm not kind of that way.
I wasn't ready for the chat.
No one's ever ready for this chat.
It's insane.
How do I?
Go to YouTube
Yeah.
and go to old NFO.
I should have pulled this up.
Yeah,
And they're already picking your shirt apart. That
It is a sound. It is a
I
Sandlot shirt.
like it.
yeah,
I
it
like
is a
it.
Sandlot
I like
shirt.
Lifeguard from Sandlot. So,
It is awesome.
yeah.
Where
So
Where
Welcome
did
to the
you-
deep
where-
end, Cat.
Yeah.
You
Kat,
just
where
threw
did you
me in
get
here
the
with
shirt?
no regard
Yeah, there
for
you go.
I just like
but then again, I know you, and I know your knife skills. So
Why do you think I'm sitting all the way down here?
the guys are scooted to the end of the table, a little ways away from her, trying to stay away.
so you can't even see my shirt that well in the
No,
thing.
but don't believe
No,
me, they
that's-
saw it.
that's
So
the
you need to
background.
sound out. The comments. I don't know where they're.
No, there will not be a demonstration of knife skills. Stop it.
The last time I showed somebody how to kill somebody else with a knife in Jim's front yard, people started asking questions.
Yeah. Waldorf and Statler Peanut Gallery. Yeah. Yeah, Ukraine just got donated 3 P3s, which is going to be interesting considering the number of P3s that are already flying around over there, quote unquote.
Yeah, but not Ukrainian.
No.
U.S. and British.
And they're not flying near Ukraine, quote unquote.
No.
They're not. They're staying well clear on the airways. So anyway,
Did Jean tell you that she's seen a P3 flying as a crop duster up in her neck of the woods?
it's not a crop duster, it's a water bomber.
P3 is the 707, right?
I
No,
was going to say, it's a little big for that. And I misunderstood. I'm sure she said water bomber, and my
Yeah.
brain went to crop duster.
that's Lockheed Orion, so 4-engine turboprop.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So it
It's
could-
a former airliner that used to crash. So the Navy got it to fly it at low altitudes over the water for 12 hours at a time.
what?
Like you do.
It was just like the Brits. The Nimrod is a former Comet airliner, which also used to crash regularly.
This is why when civilians say it's military grade, all the
Yeah.
military
You go,
vets get
"Oh."
a scared look.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Built by the lowest bidder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maintained by recovering alcoholic 18-year-olds.
AJ, hush.
What?
Yes, there are people still flying the P2s. They are still, some of them are still being flown as water bombers. Anyway,
Moving on.
Kat is a chef, so I have questions.
Run.
Oh God. I haven't asked that so many times. People have said that to me so many times.
Would you please explain all the different friggin' chefs that work in a damn kitchen?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a big, huge hierarchy, and it really depends on whether you're doing more of a European style kitchen versus like an American kitchen, because there's two different terms. At the top, obviously, you have. Don't make her work. Oh my God. But at the top, you have your head chef or executive chef. Which is usually just one person. Under that, you have your CDC, which is a chef de cuisine, who's basically the adult all the time. So the head chef, executive chef doesn't actually have to be there. So the executive chef deals with all of the paperwork.
Okay.
Oh, the administrator.
Exactly.
Okay.
The CDC deals with all of the day-to-day managing people.
Neither of those sound like fun.
I know, right?
Okay, which one has the attitude?
Is everyone?
That's what I thought.
And then under your CDC, you have your sous chefs.
Now, is that sauce chef or?
Sous chef, I don't know if there's a, basically the sous chef is just it's like another level of management. So
Okay.
the sous chef keeps watch over things when the CDC isn't there, because God, there's so much paperwork involved in all of the management
Oh, I
positions.
imagine.
And under your sous chefs, sometimes you have junior sous chefs who are like in training to be able to be sous chefs. And then under that, you have your line cooks or chef de partie. I never say it right.
Fine, folks.
There's, oh my gosh. I don't know how to do the chat and the talk at the same
Don't
time.
worry about the chat.
Don't.
And then under your line cooks, you have technically line cooks and prep cooks are kind of the same. But line cooks are the ones that actually like work on the line or the stations during service
Okay.
when you're actually open, whereas your prep cooks obviously do all the prep for service.
Okay.
Usually your line cooks work in the evening and your prep cooks work in the morning. And then you have your dishwashers or stewards. That's a new one. Didn't know that until I got my newest job. And your dishwashers may be the lowest in the kitchen, but they are like you don't fuck with them.
Gotcha.
Like a good dishwasher can make or break a dinner service, and you will be nice to them, or they will not give you the pans that you want, or
They'll slow roll washing the dishes.
and they can wreck an entire dinner service because you made them mad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole hierarchy.
And then you got the pastry chefs.
Oh
which-
yeah, so the pastry chefs are like kind of separate. Like they're like they can be at like the same level as the line cooks, but you usually have your pastry chef is on the same level as your CDC,
Oh.
whereas the like pastry chef de partie or pastry leads or just pastry cooks are at the same level as the line cooks.
But all they do is pastries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you say line cook, that gives me the mental image of a tray passing down a line of cooks, each one putting a different. Is that?
Kind of, actually. So line cooks all work different stations and kitchens. Like one will work grill, one will work saute, one will work fry station and salads or like all your cold stuff. And a lot of times, especially restaurants that have like huge menus, they will have something that comes off of each station. Like for your sandwiches, your grill will probably, and grill can be either a flat top or an actual grill. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing, but we call it the same thing.
It's a hot surface to cook on.
Exactly. So your bread will usually come off of grill station and then go over to sandwiches so they can build it and put it all together. And then fries come off of the fry station, and it all kind of like, it really is like,
It's an assembly line.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes
Now I was
sense.
curious because I'd heard the various terms at various times, but nobody had ever actually put them together in order. So thank you for that.
And I've never worked in a kitchen. I like cooking. And so my closest exposure has been like cooking shows, which I realize reality television, not real. And so they tend to use sous chef in a very different way.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that it was where placed where you just ranked it, which makes sense. But
He's also top of the line too. So
well,
Yeah.
no.
Well, and so if you're actually looking like for a show or something that is the most accurate representation of working in a kitchen.
Please don't say Hell's Kitchen. Please don't say
No,
Hell's
no,
Kitchen.
no. The Bear on Hulu.
Okay. I don't have Hulu currently, but noted.
I knew it was accurate pretty much from the get-go because it has a very specific vibe
Mm-hmm.
that is like if you've worked in kitchens then it feels right, but sitting in the back alley chain smoking cigarettes and drinking water out of a quart container, there is nothing more accurate than that.
Yeah, I read, trying to remember which one of Tony Bourdain's books. Not, I know there's shows, but that was an interesting.
Mhm. Kitchen Confidential is usually the one
Yeah,
everybody
I think
reads,
that's.
and
I
it's,
think it was either that or Cook's Tour because I know I read both of them. I just can't remember which one was first. And I really enjoyed those. So
Question for you, Kat. Have you ever watched Uncle Roger?
I have no idea what that is.
Uncle
Oh,
Roger.
I don't know
is
if
a
the chat knows.
comedian.
I'm 29. I'm a baby.
No. This is very modern.
Okay.
Like, he's a comedian working on YouTube, and basically his thing is to critique people that think they're cooking Chinese food and are not.
I think Uncle Roger's Vietnamese.
Okay.
and he puts on this very stereotypical Vietnamese Uncle Roger, and he will
Yeah, it's
hi
not his.
ya.
Yeah, it's not his normal voice because it's funny because when he says something, he'll apologize in his normal voice to the camera, break the fourth wall. He'll go, "Sorry, children," and then he'll go on with the shtick. He's hilarious.
He's Malaysian.
Malaysian?
He
Okay.
takes apart the different cooking videos. He does
Oh,
not
and
like Rachel
viciously.
Ray at all.
Nope.
Yeah, he's savage.
Or Jamie Oliver. He watched Jamie Oliver doing fried rice, and that's Uncle Roger's
Oh,
thing, is
gosh.
fried rice. He watched Jamie Oliver, and he doesn't like Jamie Oliver at all.
Yeah, if you've worked in food service and you got out of food service and you don't really want to get triggered by watching a show, don't watch The Bear because it gave me so much anxiety.
Oh,
I literally got so stressed out with a couple episodes. They're few and far
Really?
between, but because it's
Oh.
so like it's that high intensity
Yeah,
just
Your-
you have to go
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it
your
can
body
be,
doubling, and
Yeah.
you're watching them, and your body's firing all those neurons that
Yeah.
you have used before.
I still get
So-
nightmares about ticket printers, and I haven't actually had a ticket printer in years. It's a very specific sound that just
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's-
I'm
it's
sure
ama-
we all have triggers like that.
Well, I'm dying laughing at the chat because it's split today. Half
It
of it's
really
talking
is.
about food, and the other half's talking about fighters.
in a word count, I guess.
Yeah,
and
because
word
we're-
count for
There's a
novels.
lot of writers.
Yeah.
A lot of us are writers.
Okay, and
So-
speaking of word count, short stories are considered anything 10K or less, 10,000 words or less. Novellas are 20,000 to 30,000,
20,000 to 40,000.
20 to
It
40.
really
No-
depends.
Novelettes are between short story and
Novelettes
novellas.
are that awkward teenage
Yeah.
year for
12
short
to 16,000,
stories.
like?
Yeah.
And then a novel is anything that's basically above 40,000 words.
But most people, I mean, the pulp revival, we are seeing some people writing novels right now that are 40 to 60,000 words.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, in the past, most people don't think of novel as starting until 60. So you do have that huge gap between novella and novel,
Well,
unless you're talking about the pulps.
Gunsmith
in which case
Joe.
runs short.
Gunsmith Joe had a good point, and I'm starting to see a lot of people come around. He wants what he calls a beach read,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is a Louis L'Amour sized pocketbook.
Yep.
He wants a 40,000 that he can sit out on the beach and read a 40,000 word
In an afternoon.
in an afternoon, not
Yeah.
get sunburned and go out
Yeah.
for a beer.
Yeah.
So
Well, I would sunburn, but
Novels always been considered 40,000 words. Yeah.
yeah.
And then you get into the various genres,
Oh, good Lord. I do not have time for
that's
that.
off in the weeds.
and
Speaking
anything
of,
from 40,000 to 250,000 words can be a novel.
Yeah, and I've seen novels run as long as 360,000, which I think is absolutely insane and needs to be three
that's
novels.
a trilogy. That's a trilogy,
Right,
not
it
a
is
novel.
a trilogy. And I'm fighting with the author because they're like, I don't have any breakpoints. I'm like, make one.
Yeah.
Two.
Oh.
Make two.
Speaking of,
Ian, did you happen to listen to yesterday's Writer Dojo, where your name came up like
5
10
times. Yes.
no,
You're being used as the exception to rules.
for short story publication.
Which is normal for us, isn't it? I mean, we do things wrong and it's so right.
I did that on purpose just to make you react.
she does that to me. Um,
Oh, yes. Breaking
As
Ian is.
as I was trying to say, I didn't lose my glow sticks this time.
Yet.
See, John Van Stry is on here. He has a new one coming out with an absolutely adorable cover done by our very own Cedar.
Yeah.
It is out.
It
Is
is
out?
out. I've
It is
already
out.
read it and reviewed it.
You know what
Well,
else
you
is
read it
out?
before it published.
You know what else is out early? Space Cowboys 3.
What?
Return of the Buckaroo came out today.
It went live today.
It went live today.
You know how we put them up early to
I
try
know,
and
big-
avoid problems? Well, it went
It
through
sailed
slick as a whistle today.
Right through with no issues.
Space Cowboys is out. If we want it to launch on Friday, it launches the next Monday. If we put it up Wednesday to get it out on a Friday, it launches Wednesday. I hate Amazon.
I'll take this
Why
side
not
of
want to?
Amazon.
After all the crap we put up with over the last couple of books,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
just like having it sail through was glorious.
I just wish they would screw up in one direction all the time and not all different
You know what?
directions.
We
Then
dodged
life-
the monkeys.
Yeah.
And life will be boring if that happens. This is the
I'm
spice
good
of
with
life.
boring. I like boring.
If y'all want to read good fighter pilot stories, Ed Rasmus, who sadly passed away a few years ago,
Oh yeah.
Ed wrote the biography of Robin Olds, and then he wrote 2 more books talking about his time in Vietnam. First flying F-105s, better known as Thuds, 100 missions in Route Pack 6. Amazing that he survived it. Came back, did a tour in the States as an instructor. As a matter of fact, Juvat, who writes at one of the blogs, was one of his students back when he was a baby pilot in the Air Force. And then Ed went back to Vietnam flying
Not going for
F-4s.
the low hanging fruit. I'm not going for low hanging fruit. I'm not going for low hanging fruit.
And he did another tour of about 100 missions over North Vietnam, Route Pack 6 again, in F-4s. So almost 200 combat missions. And he actually survived it.
I have a public service announcement.
Okay.
If I send you a message that says we need to talk, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, because you've been doing that to a lot of people, and they're like, "What?"
Context is important.
Well, I've been contacting folks and saying, "Hey, this is Law Dog with Rector Press. We need to talk." And I get this. Oh God, what did I do? Nothing. I need a story from you. And I've had some really, really famous people going, "Oh God, what did I do?" It's like, why are
Dan Gallery's
not going to
stories.
spank you?
Dan Gallery wrote mostly humor stories. His Fatso books are about a first-class petty officer who runs an LCM all over the Mediterranean and has various things happen to them.
Because the first person since I started this business who didn't freak out when I said we need to talk was Brennan when I asked him for an introduction to Space Cowboys.
Yeah.
Brennan, we need to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, this is new.
It's also Brennan's attitude towards life.
Brandon is our cover model for Space Cowboys.
Yes, he is.
Wait, does our fox have a name? That one.
Hamilton.
Hamilton?
The pocket fox.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love him.
Hamilton, loser of duels.
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah, we like Hamilton.
he does his best.
Yes, he tries a lot. Where was I?
Going back to John Van Stry's book really briefly, I will
Yes.
mention that the name is Stand Alone.
Yeah.
It's book 1 in the Wolfhound series.
Yep.
So
That's
now
'cause-
people can find it.
John Van Stryke can't write a standalone book if he tried. Sorry, John.
But this one needs more. So
I haven't read it yet. I've got it ordered. I'm going to read it as soon as I have some time.
Yeah, and I just finished beta reading for Mona Lisa on the 3rd in Ravages of Honor.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh, she got high behind on that one.
It's good.
Well, she's a hell of a writer.
Oh yeah, there's some twists and turns in there you do not expect. And I'm not giving away any plot twists, so shut up.
Sir Brass. Summer's Inn needs a sequel. Yes, it does.
Yes, it
He's
does.
working
Summer's
on
Inn
it.
seemed standalone. No, trust me. Sit across from John at the supper table, and it was not a standalone book.
no, and he's working on it. He was talking about, but I'm very happy that Standalone will have more than one because that was a really fun read.
Yeah.
Well, it's also going to have. It has a really great cover
It has a really great cover.
by somebody we know.
It has a cover that I think, hint, hint, should go to Dragon.
And no, it's not going to be a Bane book. It's self-published. It's already out.
Yep.
So
It's beautiful.
yeah,
That
it's
is
not
just
gonna
a-
hurt.
You
It's
do amazing
cool.
work, Cedar.
Thank you.
That is just
And it does follow the primary character, so
Oh yes.
that cover
I
is just
try.
Yeah.
wow.
Hey, I was excited about giant freaking robots next year because I get to do a mecha cover, and then John came to me with this, and it's a mecha cover, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, mechas.
hey JJ. Oh God. JJ Stinzowski and I flew together in the mid 80s.
Who the
early to
hell did you
mid-80s.
not fly together with? Just gonna throw that out there.
JJ was the tack on the other crew with us in the special mission stuff. Good folks.
I know for a fact there's a picture somewhere taken at somewhere in North Carolina and some sand dudes with Jim and a coffee up going, you need to tighten that wing spur there, Orville.
See, JJ, they still give me shit even today. Different group of people, same shit.
Because
6
we
degrees of
love
Jim
you.
Curtis, so
Yeah.
Coffee cup. Kid, you're flying too high. Shit.
Feathers.
Feathers everywhere.
Anyway, JJ's got some good Navy stories too.
I'm sure.
What sailor doesn't?
uh,
So,
some of them we can even talk about.
books.
We have
No.
multiple books closing on September 30th.
Yeah.
We do, as a matter of fact. Where are my stories?
Well, you
wanna
might
know
tell
what they
people
are?
which ones are closing.
You want to know how many are sitting in the inbox right now?
I
No.
never look because I always freak out when I look.
Yes, you do. I mean, so we have Pinup Noir 2, which we could like do another flash of that cover.
Yeah.
Because
Can you pull that up?
It's
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, it is.
As JJ says, most of our stories, however, are T.S. Northorn, so we can't talk about them anyway.
Yeah.
Remember this one? We got the next one coming up. And y'all have been slack on sending me stories.
Oh, that is the
There's no author names there yet. There won't be author names there for a while yet. Kat, that one's actually meant to be your mom.
Yeah. Wait. Can I see it again? Yeah, the eyebrows are on point. That's definitely
And the attitude.
And then the third one will be a brunette.
Yep.
The other mom of the
Yes.
apocalypse. So
You'll notice the covers of the noir books. The ladies do not look pleased because they're on a cover in a noir.
we have Pinup Noir, and then we have Marty's in Space 2, which really did go till September 30th, but it's
Full already.
it's full already, so we know 3 coming. But wait to submit 3 when that one opens.
These three.
And then we have What Happened Was.
Yes.
Book
second
2 of the
Spurgle
Spurgle Chronicles.
So
There was something I had news about what happened, and it's that particular squirrel has disappeared into the bathroom, I think. Yeah. All right, Raptor.
the other one is Space Cowboys 404 Cow Not Found. So
Yeah, Space Cowboys 404, Cow Not Found, a title generated by somebody in the chat. If
Yeah.
you know who you are, wave.
I don't remember who did that, but it was
Yeah.
It was brilliant. We immediately ran with it.
We immediately ran with it.
Yeah. And I've got a question for Kat since
Run.
we were standing outside talking and she was complaining about the heat.
I'm from Oregon. I don't do well with anything over 85.
Understandable.
Uh-huh.
What did you tell me it was when you left?
What? Oh, it was like I think it was like it's like 67-ish and drizzly and overcast and glorious.
And she didn't bring any of it with her.
Yeah.
I tried.
But to her, drizzling and overcast is glorious.
Yeah.
No.
I love sweaters, okay? I love wearing old grandma sweaters because they're the comfiest thing. And when I can't, it's too hot. What are you going to do when you get too hot? You can't peel your skin off. Like, you're just stuck.
You adjust, oddly enough, because I spent a good chunk of my childhood in Oregon and Alaska. And
Why'd you live in Texas?
these guys are in Texas.
Okay, that's fair.
And
See-
2 of my kids are in Texas. And the other one is probably going to put down roots here in Wichita Falls. Although, oh,
Well,
Oh, that one.
yes, that
See,
one. The
and
one with the plans.
We discussed his plans.
I'm going to want to discuss that with you.
I can tell one about JJ and I. We were based in Jacksonville, Florida, and got a winter deployment to Keflavik, Iceland.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. A little bit of snow. And if I remember right, one of our crew cars did not have any side windows in it.
Sounds about right. Did it have a hood?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was a 164 Volvo, and
It's a tank.
they kept a broom in it to sweep the snow out so they could drive to work. And the fun of taking off and landing in snowstorms, especially when the Iceland airplane ran off the runway. Those were fun days at work.
See, I was born and grew up in Africa and the Middle East. This isn't all that bad, but quite honestly, I would prefer drizzly in 67. As I get older, the heat just is not good for me either.
That's right, JJ. Y'all had the Buick Electra 225 in Iceland.
I'm sorry.
The only thing was it wasn't a convertible.
With the windows out of it, it might as well have been.
And I think ours had the windows out. Hell, that was 40 years ago, JJ. That's a long time.
J. Kenton Pierce, haven't been able to come with a thing for Spurgle. He just wouldn't survive long on Hesperides quality. That's okay. Remembering, Spurgle can be a walk-on. He can be a mention. As long as he's incompetent or incompetently deviant, I'm good either way. I don't like.
JJ, didn't you all take that down to Reykjavik one time?
So
I seem to remember that.
take your story, mention his.
Jim does. Oh, sorry. You said it once.
Take your story, add a throwaway line about Spurgle dying terribly, and drive on. Then send it into us. It just has to mention him. It doesn't have to be about him, although everybody seems to be doing stories about him. Doesn't have to be about him. He just be mentioned. As long as he dies.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to die. As long as he's incompetent or incompetently deviant, I'm good either way.
Yeah. Given an angle grinder, any car is a convertible once. Yep, that's true, Joel.
There's a lot of things we could do.
We have a friend that proved that with a Crown Vic.
Yes, we did.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure Brennan's done that to that van of his.
Spurgle plummeting past the window in the background. Flapping his arms trying to fly would be good too, as he plummets.
Yeah,
I
you
shot
did,
Spurgle
Greg,
in the
and,
ass.
and it was good.
Didn't kill him, those that don't. Yes. Is he incompetent? Is
Yeah, JJ says they did go down to Reykjavik with that thing and couldn't see the road because of the blowing snow. The fun part was this little thing out the front gate called the Blue Lagoon, which was the geothermal pools. And depending on how far you got in it was how hot the water was.
yeah.
And it also depended on how much you had to drink.
Well, that goes for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I have this lovely mental image of a bison in Yellowstone taking off and eating some idiot tourist into one of those boiling pools. It's like a twofer.
Yeah, we could go out there for after post flight in the middle of the night in the snow and go out and sit in the biggest hot tub in the world. And then people had to get back to the barracks.
That's like almost as bad as sticking your hand in it. I was thinking about the
Yes, please do.
flipping. It just reminded me of all the horror stories of people like sticking their hand or
Fryer.
where their foot. I've heard ones about feet.
Oh,
What?
why?
Yeah, cool. Because when you have to get your hood vents down,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
you step on the wrong thing and you think you put your foot and
Yeah.
yep.
Ow.
Ow.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, my husband spent some time as a cook, very much not line cook or anything, just a cook in a restaurant literally called Country Kitchen. And at one point, somebody dropped a 5-gallon bucket of boiling oil and it splashed all over him. And he said he's never gotten out of his pants that fast in his life.
Yeah. My favorite is when someone tries to use a plastic bucket to empty the hot deep
Ooh.
fryer.
Oh,
yeah, and
no.
you know, I have to wonder if that's what happened to my husband. He's never gotten detailed about it other than the joke of getting out of his pants. He also has got scars from that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. If you like people accidentally making giant messes in kitchens, there's an Instagram called For the Chefs that's specifically about things like that.
Oh
of
no.
just, I turned on the blender and it just went everywhere and it's on the ceiling. It's just like pictures of ridiculous things. Gives me some joy in life.
So John was telling me y'all ate at Waffle House on the way up from the
Yeah.
Metro Mess. What did you think?
I loved it
There we
so
go.
much.
See?
The bacon was perfectly, like, just exactly.
Professional likes Waffle House.
Okay, do you know how many professional chefs like don't actually eat good food? Like 90% of us eat like fast food or
Who has
ramen
time?
or like we cook all day. We don't want to make real food when we get home.
Yeah.
Like give me some microwave Jimmy Dean sausages and some
Oh.
toast and I'm happy. Like
It's not like you have time to do it.
no, like I get home and I just want to pass out.
Speaking of which, Saturday you and I were talking about cooking. Do you want to cook? Or
Yeah.
should,
Yeah,
okay,
I
good.
still want to do the thing.
All right. All
We
right.
need-
We got to talk about what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So I
She
can go
needs to
shopping.
teach you how to make the smoked Gouda scones.
Oh yeah.
The scones. We need the scones. So
Scones can happen. I've made scones before.
I think it says this lovely, lovely reversion of my childhood at Gouda scones. Oh, Malta does things with pastries and cheese that are just.
I don't want to go to Europe so bad.
Oh, everybody should go to Europe at least once. Quite honestly, I prefer the south part of it, but any part of Europe is fairly good.
I just can't get time off work, and also I don't make enough money. I work with a 2-star Michelin chef, and I can't, like, we don't make enough money to, like, for me to, like, go out and do, because I have to pay rent and
Yes,
all the other things, and
sucks.
We
I
understand.
just want to
Oh,
do fun things.
but you don't have any student loans.
I do not. That is,
You're way
That
up
is
on a whole
awesome.
bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer the Mediterranean basin, southern Spain, southern France, Italy, southern Turkey.
Italy.
Lot of old history there, and a lot of really good food. Probably don't care that much about the food, but there's a lot of history there.
I like food.
Oh.
I like food that I didn't make.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like good food that I didn't make or have any part of, like, making happen. I like it when other people, like, make me food.
Yes, the Mediterranean basin. If you like food and history, the Mediterranean basin is. I don't like Greece so much because they're all hoity-toity over there. I'd rather go to Malta or Italy.
Yeah.
Greece.
Santorini's not bad. I got a question for JJ. You still teaching at IU and you still playing music? JJ was in a squadron band.
Oh,
They played a little bit of everything back in the day. Officers enlisted all just got together and jammed quite a bit. That's outstanding, JJ. If I remember right, you played the bass. That's going back. Indiana University. Oh, you retired from teaching. Probably a good thing you got out of it when you did.
Southern Spain is fantastic. Gibraltar's not bad, but it's a little stuffy. Malta's great, especially if you like fish and rabbit.
He's prejudiced for Malta, by the way, because he was born there.
I mean, I have heard good things about Malta from not just him. So
If you go, I mean, because I wrote a story set there, one of the things that I did was went and watched YouTube videos and did one of my favorite things, which is Google Street View, and then you get to walk around and look at gardens in my case. And it really looks pretty. So I also would like to go someday.
Yeah, JJ went on to retire out of the Navy and was actually stationed up in that area. Got a job at Indiana University as a professor.
Well done.
And he just said it was getting too nutty, which is the reason he bailed out. Of course, JJ was not exactly hard left by any means, being retired Navy. So, and JJ was another Mustang, so he and I got along great.
Of course. They shared the same dyno on the way to and from work. Saddle up the T-Rex, JJ. I go to work. Yeah, Mediterranean basin. Lebanon used to be great, but I wouldn't go there now. I did a lot of. Lebanon's great.
Yeah.
Southern Turkey, like I said, Italy, especially Italy. If you can only go to one place in Europe, my personal choice would be Italy.
Yeah.
Take a Eurail pass in just 3 days in Italy is mind blowing.
By the way,
You know,
Dan,
I've only been there 6 times.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Dan, the library anthology contracts will be going out either late this week or early next week. So thank you.
Cedar cleared her throat.
Images.
I'm working on it. Here's what happened.
What had happened was,
I went down to Metro Camera because I had to get a new passport picture.
Didn't you have like a whole book based on that premise?
And they had this picture of the 1930s of the Barnett oil field,
Mm-hmm.
which is local here,
Burnett,
24 by 108 inches.
nice.
So what I wanted to do was get the image so Cedar could play with it.
Okay.
They know they have it.
They just don't know where they have it.
They can't find which hard drive it's on because they don't remember what it was called. So they're still searching for it.
These problems, I know them. I have had them. No, I'm more giving you a hard time. I've got a mock-up.
Yeah, good.
With an image that I can just swap out when the time comes. So
Yeah, I put Amy to work putting the stories together and putting them in order. We'll see what she came up with.
Good.
Amy's our local librarian.
Okay.
The anthology is a fundraiser for the library.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Second one he's done for the library.
Third,
Third?
because we did 2 on the first round
Oh, that's right.
because we got so many stories,
The Haunted Library series.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
which my kids now have and grandkids have in their elementary school.
Good thing I didn't put in a story for that one. I don't write stories that are good for elementary schools.
After I saw some of the books they got in their elementary school library, that's when I sent those to them.
I should send them a copy of Adventure Stories for Young Readers.
Yeah,
I
they would love that.
I actually had a library here in Texas somewhere send back the. I sent them a copy of African Tales. They sent it back.
Yeah.
Apparently, napalm monkeys was just a little too much for the kids.
Well,
I didn't see an issue with it.
so my YA books, because there is a mention of the second of the duology, God's Wolfling, there's a mention in it of an encounter with drug dealers. I don't get into details.
Yeah.
They get rescued really quickly, but just even the fact that there was a drug lab mentioned in the book, they would not allow it to be in my kids' their middle
Yeah.
school library.
I can believe it.
Apparently,
JJ, take care of yourself.
apparently,
If you talk to Gonzo, tell him I said hi.
apparently there was a teacher, elementary school teacher, that was reading the African Adventures to her kids.
Oh,
Yeah, and apparently did not the very last chapter, which was the 4th of July in 1976, best 4th of July ever. She was reading about the 4th of July and hadn't read it ahead of time,
Oh,
and she got to flaming monkeys because one of the things the engineers were doing were setting off these barrels of napalm.
Mhm.
So we had these giant fireballs because there was a very inebriated Scotsman was playing the national anthem on bagpipes, walking in front of the foxhole we were in. And in order, rockets red glare, they're firing anti-tank rockets, so they borrowed or stolen from the Nigerian army. And bombs bursting in the air, they're setting off, they were toothpasting barrels of napalm, which is you have an explosion at the bottom, so out the top ignites. So these fireballs going up in the air, and didn't realize there was a troop of baboons in the jungle beyond. And I have this lovely mental image of Wee Jock and his bagpipes staring at this horde of charging baboons smoking. And going, waggle! As they just covered him in a horde of baboons and kept on going. And she read that part to her kids.
This is why you proofread.
If you do the Law
Gosh.
Dog Military Day, you'll days. No Jody calls.
Oh, they had stolen or bought an entire year's worth of ammunition from the Nigerian army in order to give us a proper 4th of July,
And they probably paid $10 for it, if that.
if that.
Yeah.
It's like, it was glorious. And all of our engineers were combat vets, because the only folks that the company my dad worked for at the time would hire were combat veterans, because they'd already been overseas and they knew what to expect.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of Vietnam vets and Omani vets and Malaya vets and Burmese vets teaching me how to set stuff on fire over there.
I have been trying to talk him into. So we've done a couple of collaborations where I do the illustrations to his stories.
Yeah.
I want to do a book called The Education of Law Dog, and have him tell stories about things that he learned as a child.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
My mother,
I would like to see one with the two of y'all collaborating
Cat
on stories from the kitchen.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
That could get very vulgar. You know, there's a bedtime book called Go the F to Sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Written by Lawrence Fishburne.
nope.
Oh,
As a mother,
No, the
we
other
know
one.
this one.
motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Samuel L.
Samuel
Jackson.
Jackson,
How? How? Why was that so hard?
The
That poor man, to be known by just that one word. You just say that word and you summon him. Say it 3 times in front of a mirror and an angry black man will appear.
the time that my mom and dad came home after going to a cocktail party and left us with Uncle Chuck. And when they got in, Uncle Chuck was teaching mom and dad's 9 and 7-year-old how to remove a sentry with a knife.
As you do.
And he didn't see a problem with it.
Some life skill.
I feel like mine aren't nearly as interesting. Like, they're not life skills. They're just about how, like, one time the owner of the place I was working at, like, because I was the only person working, because I was on closing shift, like, came running through an empty kitchen screaming about how he just got a bunch of LSD and they were going to go to the hot springs, and said, "Come with me." And I was like, who's going to feed all the high people downstairs then? Like, buddy, like, we can't do that. Like,
The high
but
people
just
need food.
ran through the kitchen and was like, "We're going to the hot springs." And I was like, okay,
And then
I'm going
there's
to keep making chicken strips. Like,
and then there's Ben's suggestion: hookers and blows save Christmas.
The chat has a mind of its
my
own.
gosh.
Multiple minds of its own.
Actual children's book, yeah.
Wait, that one's an actual children's home.
No, the chat goes its own way. It's
Yeah, we like to say that we've gone so far off the rails have been sold for scrap.
There were rails. I didn't see any stinking rails.
The chat is actually a lot of times funnier than we are.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
What's
want
that?
details when we're at your press staff meeting.
Oh, God.
So
Brenda's beaver needs a barber.
Oh, that's an actual one.
Yeah.
I have seen that book before.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is really great.
It's not what they meant it to be in the first place, but yes.
It's,
Yeah.
But actually, you know what? No, my kid has that book.
And she's how old?
7.
7?
It's about a beaver.
Yeah.
Like, stop making that face. It's about like, she has a pet beaver.
Yeah.
well,
It's
we all. And you don't just sit there quietly now.
There's also, I think one of my favorite children's books I found is the C is for Cthulhu.
Oh
That one I like.
I really like it a
There
lot.
are also board books that are like to teach the basic principles of physics and calculus, and I can't remember the title of them now, but Dave Freer bought a couple of them for his grandkids.
Yeah.
Dave Freer is an ichthyologist
Yeah.
and an author.
And he's a wild man who lives on an island off of Australia. So
Yes.
we adore him.
Yes.
Can I address the elephant in the room?
No.
What?
Who the hell thought Brenda's beaver needs a barber was an appropriate children's book?
It was
if you'd ever
Why are you
seen
looking at
it,
me like I have the? I'm not the one that brought it up.
and Wally says, "Cat has broken in. One of us. One of us."
I made it. This is
You
it.
did it.
Sounds like massaging the possum.
Oh,
Oh no, that's Kelly's story. I will not touch that with a 10-foot pole,
No.
or any of your body parts either.
No.
Yeah,
No,
that
we're
one,
serious.
that one
This is an actual
sounds
book.
like a
Oh
Kelly
my god! I
story.
will look it up right now for you.
Ian, I like to think that it was a perennially clueless kindergarten teacher. Because you know that there is a sweet little lady out there somewhere that does not realize what she was doing other than being
No.
alliterative.
There's an Instagram about bad design that is all about double entendre. The lady's like, get
It's
a
even has
12-year-old
Comic
boy
Sans.
for your staff.
Are you fuck? This is serious.
Yes.
You can get it on Amazon.
They all start with B. I can absolutely see someone like my mother, who I love dearly, not even thinking about the fact that beaver has another meaning.
Yeah. Hey, Jim. Good to see you.
What a lovely time to drop in.
Oh my! I just found the whole line of them.
There's a line of them.
I can't. We're not going down that rabbit hole right now. I cannot.
And
Other people can go look it up.
the
They'll tell us about it, I'm
the
sure.
publisher is Reach Around Books.
I
Seriously, or is this just to be the chat being unhinged as usual?
This is just the
No.
chat.
Chat being unhinged?
No, that's for real. Because apparently Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber is book 5 of 5 in the Reach Around books season 1.
Okay, someone was making a joke.
No, that's actual.
Well, that it doesn't mean that it's
Not with a name like Reach Around.
You might be
No, they were being
surprised.
serious.
Okay, nope. That's enough.
Okay, and we have broken cat. Today
I'm
is
trying to
officially-
bring the brain back from that whole.
And
There's
she's
no coming
blushing.
back.
Oh god, it's bad. It's really bad. And it's really funny. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my. I already have.
So
it
in
open on
today's
Amazon.
episode of the Education of Law Dog,
There's some of that. That's like just the page for the.
we're not the only ones with a perverted sense of humor. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
Are you all seeing this?
No.
These are children's books. Susie likes to look at balls.
Yeah,
Come swing with
someone's-
us. Okay, that's not so bad.
some-
Spank the monkey lends a hand. Kelly,
Kelly's not on here.
Kelly's writing under a pseudonym. I know he's writing under a pseudonym.
Kelly's latest is that he wants me to write a combat platypus or draw. Excuse me.
Put Tony's
Not right.
nuts in
He's
your
writing
mouth.
it.
Isn't that already
Yes.
like the
Combat
Adventures of Phineas and
Platypus.
Ferb has a combat wombat? I thought
Yeah.
you said combat.
Oh no, he
platypus.
wrote a combat wombat. I did the cover for it.
I saw
He
that.
now wants a platypus.
Okay,
They're not children's books. They are for adults. Yes.
I'm done with the
Well,
internet
so-
today.
okay, really good children's entertainment has layers.
Yeah.
That will go way over the kid's head and
Yeah.
amuse
Yeah,
the
and
heck out of the
Bullwinkle.
parents.
Rocky
Pixar,
and Bullwinkle.
Pixar, and Rocky and Bullwinkle is a great classic.
They never
example.
shaved Rocky.
Pixar is also a really good example of layered children's
Yeah.
entertainment. Now, Pixar doesn't necessarily do the in the gutter level, but
Yeah.
there's a couple of times that they do.
It depends on where your mind goes.
Right, exactly. But the idea is with at least with Pixar and Rocky and Bullwinkle, I suspect as well, which is the parents are going to wind up at the very least listening to it, so you might as well amuse them as well as the kids. And there are ways to do it that the kids are just never going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is Daddy trying so hard not to laugh? That kind of thing.
Amazon category called rejected children's books.
I
Yes.
think we found 5 of them.
Wow. Okay, we went on Animaniacs chat. Losing its absolute mind right now. I love this.
Animaniacs is not bad. I liked Animaniacs. I never shaved.
Pinky and the Brain is a classic reference
Yeah.
in our group.
Yeah.
So
Beanie and Cecil's another one for the older group, which
I
is
like
basically
Johnny
the same
Bravo.
thing as
I
Pinky
grew
and the
up
Brain.
without
Johnny Bravo.
TV, so I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never actually seen half of these things. I just know the references are great.
Yeah, right. Bugs. Yeah, the original Bugs
Oh
Bunnies.
yeah, Bugs Bunny
Oh.
was subversive as heck.
Bugs Bunny changed the language.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Bugs Bunny brought a whole generation to appreciate classical music.
opera.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I used to take my brother John with me to the opera, and he's like, wait, I know this music. Yeah, I know it from Warner Brothers cartoons. So,
Killed Wabbit. But no, the Nimrod as a clumsy hunter,
Mhm.
that's solely due to Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nimrod was actually in mythology is an
The
excellent hunter.
great hunter.
Yeah.
Right.
And Bugs
Bugs
Bunny
Bunny
referred to
subverted
somebody
it.
as
Yeah.
Nimrod sarcastically. And in America, it changed the whole meaning of the word.
Right.
Yeah.
And FUD entered the lexicon.
Yeah.
So
And Michael Giesling makes an excellent point. And when the children grow up, they suddenly realize why mom and dad kept laughing when reading stories and watching the shows. Yes.
I actually did a live version of Let's Opera Doc. Remember we did it?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was amazing. That was
Yeah.
so much fun.
I mean, we put the school principal in a gray bunny leotard
We
with
have the hat.
I have the hats. I have the hats, and we did the whole thing with the music and all of it, and we did Kill the Wabbit and
Yeah.
all of it. And
Spare magic helmet.
Spare magic helmet.
I've actually worn that.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there's two. You guys could match.
Put it on him again. What the hell?
I'll wear it.
So,
Yes, we have two.
Kill the wabbit.
so, so yes, it was like one of the best shows I've ever done was that one.
That was really fun.
It was glorious. It was absolutely glorious. So.
And some days I wind up wearing an opera helmet.
Probably one of the best political cartoons out there back in the day was Pogo.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh yes.
We have
I
met,
have-
we have
You
met
know,
the
I have
enemy and he is
multiple
us.
collections on my shelf if you ever are in the mood
Yeah.
to go nostalgic.
We have met the enemy and he is
He
us.
is
Yeah.
us.
Yep, that came from Pogo.
The funny thing is that half of the political references in
Not even a
Pogo
good
I
picture
don't
of
get.
me.
They were really, really topical
Right.
and
Yeah.
but it's still fun. I mean, I
Oh,
found
yeah.
Pogo when I was 15 or 16 and just instantly loved it.
So
And
it's really great
have
humor.
acquired
Yeah.
collections of the cartoons.
You need that
over
for
the
your
years.
author photo.
Okay. Publisher's photo.
Yeah, you use that photo and nobody ever be afraid again when you go, I need to talk to you.
Right? We need to talk.
Oh yeah, Richard, I had forgotten about that. Pogo for President TV special.
Oh, yeah. You know,
That-
we need those for the State of Raconteur Press
Yeah.
panels.
Yeah.
And we can put little wiffle ducks. The card, he says the card does say stand in front and look pretty.
It does. Stands out front, looks
Yeah.
pretty.
Yes.
Apparently makes established authors nervous.
Yeah, well, I guess. So,
When you talk, oh my God, what did I do? Really?
so you know, just
Pat Paulson for president. Yeah, he actually got write-in votes. He did. He got quite a few of them.
I didn't show you the wiffle ducks, did I?
No, I haven't seen
We have
one.
wiffle ducks because I'm dangerous with rubber ducks.
Yeah, I heard the story and then I saw a picture of a wiffle duck. I have yet to actually see one in person.
There's a box of them around here
Where do we
somewhere.
put
Oh, no.
wiffle ducks?
Oh, I've got it buried. I'll dig it out. So
You buried the wiffle ducks?
I buried the wiffle ducks. There's a phrase.
Man
We
walks
doing
down the
phrasing?
street in a hat like that. People know he's not afraid of anything.
Right?
I have a reputation for not being afraid of much anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, the postal worker already came by today. They're not going to see.
yeah.
They're not in a really trouble.
Oh, yes. Jenna's shop has lots of cool hats.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
so many.
I think
I
what's
think they're just
supposed
the
to be
ones
in the
that are-
rifle case is actually sitting in my safe at the house.
It's an empty case, guys.
Yeah.
Don't get excited. Now, I'm pretty sure that the swords in the cardboard boxes, there's actually swords in there. I'm also pretty sure that those are stage props. So,
Probably.
Yep.
I mean, we have the giant axes too.
yes.
But we're not going to.
Oh my god, they're so cute. Oh my god, they're kind of pointy in
Yes.
spots. They need
Well,
some
they're not. The fellow that's doing them for us
Jesse's making those.
was making them up for us because he didn't want Ian to hit someone hard with a rubber duck and do damage.
Yeah, those good. Yeah,
So they're not like smooth polished things. They're just something a friend did up.
I love them.
They are awesome and they
Yeah.
fly
Oh, now
really,
you have
really
a wiffle
well.
duck.
Yeah. Jesse says, "Yeah, I didn't dry my filament real well. Sorry."
Don't apologize. You did a nice thing.
He's the one who also did the elephant. So
I love the elephant. Oh my gosh.
The elephant standing on the. It's amazing. It's got floppy legs and still
they can't-
stands upright.
They can't see it down there.
Oh, God.
Look at
That's why
toys
that's
and
why we don't let Ian play with toys in the live stream.
Yeah.
We have 38. How the hell do we have 38 people watching?
41.
Yeah, a
Seriously?
couple of folks had to bail.
People think you're pretty.
It's a hat. It's a hat.
And Jesse goes, and that is why I printed that out of strong material. Yes.
I'm sure that's the reason.
That's pretty
That
solid.
and he knew who was going to be playing with it.
I do tend to have something of a reputation.
Yes. Review the book. I'm 2 away from 50. Outstanding, John. That's
Oh,
great.
Well
that's
done.
fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it was funny because I delivered the cover to him and I thought he had plans for down the road. We hadn't talked about a deadline. And almost as soon as I delivered the cover to him, he's pressing the publish button. And I'm like, was I holding you up? I'm sorry.
Well, let's face it, John's a really good author.
He was excited.
John's a really good author. And I know some people kind of poo-poo because of the some of the genres he works in. The man works his craft.
Well, he does. And he created a couple of genres, which is amazing in and of itself. But the other thing is that he knows how to create a character.
He knows how to create a world, which that's John, you really do. John Van Stryen knows how to do a world in very precise brushstrokes.
Yeah. I'm going back and now exploring some of his older books.
Mhm.
I just bought Children of Steel.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I literally just got it and I really haven't had a chance to get into it yet. But I'm like, I've enjoyed all his new stuff, so now I got to go back and work my way through the backlist because that's what you do when you like an author.
Yeah.
John's blushing.
Oh,
We talked about him at the end of the
broadcast. Because we
too,
want
because-
we want to have him guest on with Three Moms
hell
about
yes.
writing romance.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Yes, John. So we're gonna buttonhole you at dinner about
Run.
that, so.
So no, John's one of those people, a bit like Mona Lisa, who I think really should have been given a shot at traditional publishing.
Yeah.
But he's doing really well.
Oh, he's
and
doing
he has so
excellent on
much
his
more
own.
control on
Yeah.
his own.
He's excellent on his own, but
I mean, I am not a control freak, but
honestly, I put John
Really?
and Mona Lisa up there with Heinlein, and
yeah.
they're actually golden age.
Mhm.
They're actually golden age right now.
Yeah.
They would have been perfectly good back in the
And-
50s,
And they're both incredibly silly when you put a drink in it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Which
Oh,
might,
yeah.
which might be what we have to do with John is mix a cocktail and do a cocktail.
That's yours.
Three
Yeah,
Moms.
you
should.
That's
You should
mine?
do
That's
that. It'd be
yours.
fun.
I gave
Yeah.
that to you. Give her a duck.
And ducks are being hooked.
I did catch it though.
You did. Very well.
No, John is. I'm so
He's
glad.
good people.
Yeah, he is. John is
Yeah.
really good people. Some folks don't like him, and what abuses the hell out of me is I'll see these idiots that will get on there and they'll never name him.
Yeah.
But it's 3 about how they loved this famous author's writing, but he got all hoity-toity and sued the website they were getting his writing from.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, and I'll never buy his work before. Hey, bitch, you didn't buy his work to begin with. You would have been downloading it from that website if you were buying the shit to begin with.
Yep. Yeah, AJ, that's true. Cedar's not a control freak, just as long as you do the things the way she wants them done.
I don't know
True.
any women around here like that.
I am a little bit of a diva when it comes to my art, yes.
You haven't even spent time with me yet.
Something tells me we're outnumbered as usual.
I founded a company where I'm the only male on the company.
We're surrounded by 3 professionals that are much better at their jobs than we are at ours.
No, I don't know that. You're a pretty darn good writer yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Courtney chimes in, we're just right.
Oh.
Oh, wait, that's Courtney?
Lady Lark is
Lady Lark is
Courtney,
Courtney.
yes.
Hi, Courtney.
We bought Courtney donuts this
We
morning.
did.
Oh, outstanding.
And Courtney bought us, what are they called?
Kolaches.
Kolaches. Courtney
Yeah.
bought us
We went to
kolaches this
Shipley's.
morning.
Oh, Shipley's are not real kolaches.
Okay, you know, I did not care this morning.
No, they're good. They're good. Just they're sausages in a bun, and they're lovely, but they're not kolaches.
For real kolaches, you got to go a little bit south from here.
Yeah. Courtney and I actually talked about that when we were coming back up from Houston, but
West,
And you
figured it
didn't
was on-
stop?
well, it's a
West, comma,
Sunday.
Texas.
We figured they'd be closed
No.
because Texas.
West, comma, Texas.
Yes.
The town of West
Yeah.
has actual honest to God kolaches. Oh my God. they're
Yeah.
I
good.
mean, I've never actually had one, so.
I had to learn how to make them because when I encountered them for the first time in Ohio, they're not a thing. I had never encountered a kolache until I was in Ohio. And we found a kolache factory by accident. So it was an hour from home. So I went home and looked up recipes and learned how to make them because they're not that difficult, really. It's just
So,
it's a
RK,
stylistic thing.
I'm assuming you're going to bring some for FoolsCon. She says her local bakery does better kolaches than West Texas does.
Ooh. That sounds
Rita,
And they've
promising.
compared.
I'd never heard of the kolache place in West Texas, and Rita told me about it. And she said, I was doing an inmate transfer. She said, "Can you bring me a dozen kolaches?" I said, "Sure." So I went in there and I said, "Oh my!" I was surrounded by all these fruit kolaches because kolache is actually fruit.
Yeah.
The ones with the sausages actually called something else.
Yeah.
But these are honest to God fruit kolaches. So I told the lady, and she said, "Oh, honey, here's 15." It's like, okay. And when I got back to town, Rita's dozen 15 was down to 6. Because blueberry kolaches, oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh.
Yeah, whenever I am near a Buc-ee's and we stop at Buc-ee's, which I don't do all that often
Actually,
because
never been
Buc-ee's
to
is
Buc-ee's.
insane.
It's like an
It's
anthill.
really busy.
The only time you can get near Buc-ee's is in the middle of the night because it's literally an anthill of people.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I was mean, and on the way home from Pecan, I found out that Deej had not been to a Buc-ee's. So
Really?
I took Deej to Buc-ee's. Deej did not enjoy this. I didn't think he would, but I was being mean.
Well, and Deej has the food taste of a 14-year-old boy. I mean,
There's nothing wrong with pizza rolls.
Dino Nuggies.
Dino nuggets are my shit.
Dino Nuggies
Oh
for
my
the
god,
win.
I love Dino nuggies so much. They're like the easiest. You can make them in a toaster oven. You don't even have to use your whole like.
Dino
Yeah.
Nuggies
Oh
are
my God,
for the
when you
win.
get-
And the
home-
professional chef has spoken.
When you get home at 1 a.m. after a really long shift and you just want crispy nuggets and like
Yeah.
the McDonald's in your town is closed because you live in a weird
Oh,
small
Dino
town.
Nuggies are so much better. Man.
I know.
Oh,
So
Also, barbecue sauce and A1 best ever for chicken nuggets.
My 18-year-old we bought an air fryer for the teenagers a few years back. The 18-year-old is getting ready to move out sometime in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And wanted to know about getting an air fryer. And I'm like, oh no, honey, you're taking that one with you. We will never use it.
Rita bought this oven about that big, and it's a professional something or other.
Mhm.
It's not. It's but man, it does Dino Nuggies so well.
Is it a convection oven?
Yes,
Yes.
it's you put the Dino Nuggies on the little grill, and you get a big packet of the duck sauce for your local Chinese place. You sit there with Dino Nugget duck sauce.
Oh, I've never tried that. I like
the other
getting
one
the-
is
And on
Maple
that
Lake.
note, folks,
Oh, Maple.
we've wasted another hour of your time.
Dino nuggies.
I feel like it's a really
Shut
good
up.
note to end on, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Nice.
Hey,
like,
boy.
And duck sauce.
you know,
in
you can actually get like throw pillows for your couch that are shaped like dino nuggets. They're kind of this like brown fuzzy.
Really?
Yeah,
God.
you can find them on Amazon. People make them on Etsy too. Not
Re-
trying to give anybody ideas.
Rita
for
may
weird things to
kill
send in
me,
blanket
but
form,
but Dino nuggie pillows.
yeah,
You'll be amused when you see my living room.
Yeah.
And no dino nuggies, but
And Ben said Ohio's getting its second Buc-ee's. That ought to be fun.
Oh, sweet.
Anyway, folks, thank you very much, Kat, for
Thank
joining
Yeah.
us. Welcome to the tribe.
She'll be on the broadcast next Wednesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Tuesday.
No, Wednesday. Our broadcast.
Oh, okay.
yeah. You guys don't get me 2 times. I don't
So 4 broads of the apocalypse.
oh, speaking of 4 broads, we're gonna have to have a chat.
oh, that's
There's another apocalyptic mother to be inducted.
Oh, I know. There's like 4 of them.
And
Is Kat adding to the recipe book?
yes. I will add to the recipe book, but like my stuff is not.
Bachelor hacks.
It's
we
not
need to talk
bachelor
to you
hack-
about bachelor hacks. Dino
Dino
nuggies and
nuggies.
A1 and barbecue sauce is not a
Or
bachelor
like
hack.
microwave meatballs and like that's
The ones from Sam's in the attack pack.
yeah. Well, so you can just like stick them in.
All right.
It's just, yeah. Also, I'll put my scones in there for everybody.
Recipes are due the middle of October.
And Jesse says things chefs actually
It's
eat.
actually really similar to probably what's going to go in the cookbook. So
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for joining us.
yeah, it was
thank
fun.
This was good. All right, guys. Y'all be safe.
Remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
That was a good one.